Hello, welcome back to our piano tutorial. Today we'll be working on Can't Help Falling in Love. It's a song that's been redone by countless artists. It'll be in the key of C major, so it'll sound a bit like the 21 Pilots, Ingrid Michaelson, and Haley Reinhart version. But we're going to figure out how to play this song at first, very easy. And then we're going to, towards the end of the video, we're going to figure out how to make it your own by adding flavor, different chord progressions, and to make it unique to yourself. So let's get into the video. So I'm going to play the song first. There's two parts. There's a chorus and a bridge. I'm going to play the chorus part first, and we're going to learn the chords to that. It's not too bad. A lot of the chords I use repeat itself. First, you have a C major chord, right? You got C, E, and G. In any position, or excuse me, any inversion you really want them to, just make sure C is at the bottom. You have C major chord, right? You're gonna go to a G major chord, which is G, B, and D, to an A minor chord, which is A, C, and E, to an F major chord, which is F, A, and C, F major chord, C major chord, G major chord. You can probably already tell, you can probably hear the main melody in your head from me playing it. It's because my pinky is playing the lead part. So I started out here. Where was it? That's just how I play it because I don't really sing. So it's nice to have the melody come out. If you want to do that, just have the main melody come out at the top of your right hand, basically. So you have that part. We ended what it was, right? I'm a G. You're gonna go to an F, G, A minor, and all you're gonna do is go up one, a white note each time. So F, G, A. D minor chord, so you're gonna have D, F, A, D, F if you really want that, but D, F, A, to a C major chord, to a G major chord, to a C major chord. And for theory nerds, it's a 1-5-1, right? 1-5-1 cadence. That's the entire chorus. So let's go to the bridge section. Goes back into the chorus. So there's a bunch of ways that we can figure out what kind of chords to use. I'm going to talk about that now instead of at the end. So for the bridge part, depending on who's playing, like what artist is playing, you can have different chords and different inversions. So you're going to start out with an E minor chord, right? E, G, and B. So E minor chord, then you can either go to a B minor 7 chord. This is the chord that I think Ingrid Michaelson uses. So it goes from E minor to a B minor 7, which that's just B, D, F sharp, and A. I just do that on the top as well. And that repeats, right? To an E minor. And the 21 Pilots version does a B B major 7 to get that leading tone in there. The D sharp. Really, all you're doing is going from a D up 1. So instead of doing that, just moving that to the D sharp, and that repeats. So that repeats 3 times. Then you go to an F major chord. Some things. I go to what did I do? I think I did a D minor to a G. G7-ish, but that's something we're going to work on at the end because there's a lot of things you can do with that. But honestly, that's really the entire song. I'm going to go back until, take my hand. Oh my God, my voice. But, go back into that and go play the song over again. There's really those only 2 parts. So, with that getting out of the way, let's get into just how to make it unique, to make it your own. So personally, how I play this piece, I like to use, the 7th chord, right? Give it some more flavor, more notes. And that's just adding the, like if a C7 chord would be adding just the B on top, or the B here, Yeah, you can, honestly, one of the ways I use is just use 7th chord, so. It sounds a bit off. That's just kind of how I like it. That's just my personal preference to it. But you can do that with all the chords. You can do, let's see, if that's a D, you can do D minor 7. Like that. The second way you can do this is just have the exact same chords we used earlier, but just like chromatically switch between them. So the example I use is like you do in certain parts. Like here I would go. I don't know, something like just adding chromaticism inside it's going to make it a lot colorful, a lot more colorful, because you're not just using just white notes. You're incorporating the black notes in there too. Let's see. Third thing I could think of is just stepwise motion down in the bass, which is like this. I'll go up here. So go. Let's have a 21 Pilots version starts out with. If you recognize that certain chords are can be used stepwise, then do it like in the beginning. So instead of going to a G to the A, I went stepwise. So in my bass, I went C, B, and A, which would end up being an E minor chord instead, E minor 6/4 to like an A7 if you really wanted that. You can incorporate that in certain parts of the piece. Like I know, like I said, switching chords can also be very helpful too. Like we did with the bridge, doing the B major chord instead of the B minor chord. You can also incorporate, what is it? Is that a 5? If you know theory, like dominant 7th chord over 5. I forget what it's notated as, but as you know, I went. I went from an F to a D minor to a G7-ish, but you can go like how I hear it sometimes as being an A major 7 chords. Some things are meant to be. It just because the C sharp's gonna go to the D instead of having just the F. going. Yeah. There's a lot of ways you can do it. Probably more than I can even think of right now. But in order to make it unique, use the steps I did, chromaticism, switching chords up if you're really good with that, and if not, just, stepwise motion to basics sometimes. Being your own. You can fiddle with keys up here, you can add little pauses and breaks. There's a lot of things musically that you can end up doing. Thanks for watching the video. It really means a lot that you guys watch it. Like I said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.